Alright, anyway, back to what we were doing. I don't even remember what we were doing. Oh, building a flowchart. Okay. And I'll get to the Pootie Tang question after this, which was mad long ago. Alright. So, first things first, when you're playing, you should be looking at one, the first and most foremost thing is looking at what your opponent likes to do. So a lot of times you'll hear me say, like, if I'm trying to do this, I actually did that unintentionally. If I'm trying to do this ledge, like, do that, and I do this, and I get confused, I'm like, wait, where's the arm? I'm not looking at my character. Because at this point, I don't need to look at my character. Like, I'm just trying to look at this. Like, I see the spacing, and now I'm just looking at the opponent character for the timing. You know what I mean? So, it's definitely paying a lot of attention to your character. Or to your opponent. With such, when you're building a flowchart, it should be pretty universal across the cast with slight differences depending on the matchup. So, this is very universal against most characters. It's very good. It catches jump. It's pretty safe, non-committal. You can just throw it once. See how people like to react after they get hit by it. That's step one. It's like, alright, in neutral, I'm chilling. This is a neutral tool. I use this. What do they do after I hit them? Do they jump? If they jump, I'm moving forward, because if I hit them with this and I catch them out of their jump, then they don't have a double jump, so they either have to immediately air dodge, or they get hit by that combo that kills them, like that thing. If they double jump after this, do they like to hold in when they drift toward me? If so, then should I position myself here? Well, if I position myself here, and Wolf does Nair, and I do Ram, then I actually lose the situation. If I do grab and he does Nair, then I would have to time it perfectly, or he can spot dodge or just jump again. Should I try to move back and hit him with like a retreating? Oh my god, it's really hard to do this. A retreating Nair. Should I just stand here and up smash? And that's if he's gonna do Nair. If I see that he likes to do Nair, so normally what I would do is just go, okay, what's the safest way to continue pressuring while not putting myself in a risky situation? So if I hit him with Ram tilt and he does double jump, and I see that he's drifting in, I'll generally just dash back. Nothing too crazy, nothing committal. I'm not buffering anything. I'm not rushing to hit him again. I'm just trying to see, like, okay, what do you like to do? The problem with building flowcharts is you generally have to take risks, and you generally have to lose a lot of situations that you don't want to lose. Because you feel like you're in advantage when you hit Wolf here. Boop. And in this situation, you're like, oh, okay, I should be able to win the situation, but... Sorry, I don't normally talk this much. But it's not always best. And you could take the more aggressive approach and just go for this, like go for the call out. And you could be right and you could be wrong. And sometimes going for the call out, you can still be safe. So I could go for this. And honestly, he's probably not going to whiff punish me, right? Like this area right here, he's not going to fall through and do anything. If he does fall through laser, I react, I jump, and I still punish him for it, right? So then you think to yourself, okay, well, that's a really good situation. After I hit him with this, he likes to jump. So I can hit him with this, or hit him with this. And then the flowchart expands. Okay, he doesn't have a double jump. At whatever percent, let's say it's 30% now, hitting him with this or hitting him with this, hit him with this will put him back on like the platform essentially. So then I go, what covers the platform? He can't do anything else because he doesn't have a jump. I think one big thing about flowcharts is the safer they are, the better they are at draining resources, which is when you can land your really big punishes. And I think a lot of times in neutral, when people are playing the game, they want to get their big punishes from situations that aren't there. Like, you can't punish someone that can't be punished. Like, you're trying to force punishes that don't exist. So that's just one iteration of me building a flowchart off of landing one tilt in neutral into going, what if they jump and drift in? Now, if they jump, drift in, and they do air dodge and I do this, then I get to do the landing there, which leads to a different situation. But that's how you improve at the game. That's how I improved at the game. I take situations that are very, very common, that happen all the time because of neutral interactions and conditioning. But yeah, I take very, very common situations that happen. For example, this. If I land the hit, what happens? And that's how you can build your flowchart and your advantage state. Because you start thinking about scenarios. Like, I think about scenarios all day. It's just what I do in my like free time. I'm like, okay, is there any way? But you have to be very familiar with the game to be able to do that. And you have to understand like character stats, frame data, like where moves send people at what percents, what characters can do at certain percents, how risky it is. Yo, what's good, Micro? How risky it is to go for certain options at what percents, how many, like if you're ahead on stocks, how much rage you have. Like, there's so many factors that go in, so it's really hard thinking about the scenarios all day. I can just do it because I play the game a lot and I know the character very, very well. So the more you get in tune with your character, the more you can just build flowcharts just by thinking about it. And if you think about it, outside the game, then you can just go practice it. And I think that's part of ways that people can learn how to practice. Boop. Yeah, I mean, I think building a flowchart, it's not self-explanatory, but it's pretty easy. Like, but I could be wrong just because I'm so used to doing it. One flowchart that I like people to... The easiest way to learn how to learn a flowchart, honestly, is with ledge trapping. Or maybe it's just because I love ledge trapping so much. I feel like that's the easiest way to do it. But, for example, before when I was ledge trapping, I would do this. And I would try to, like, catch... But I would try to catch, like, neutral get up or react or catch roll or catch jump. But it's actually really hard to catch a jump with this because the timing for catching jump is different than the timing for catching neutral get up. And the timing for catching roll is different from timing from catching the other two. So now I was like, dude, this is really frustrating trying to ledge trap. I need something. I realized that all the best ledge trappers in the game have something that force you to leave the ledge. So for example, Rob has gyro. He'll just put the gyro right here and you're like, you get hit. If you neutral get up, you get hit. If you get up attack, you might get hit. Some characters get hit, some characters don't. But if you get up attack, he just waits and then he punishes you for it. If you wait too long, he'll jump out, he'll do down air, you get hit, you die. And it also catches jump. So a lot of times you have to let go and catch it, like let go, catch it like that. Like Z catch it or air dodge and catch it or press an aerial and catch it. But all of that was forced just from Rob putting gyro at the ledge. So I was like, wait a second. Does Minmin have a way to hit ledge? Minmin has two ways to hit ledge. She can hit ledge with this. That hits ledge. And this hits ledge. So then I was like, okay. Well, if I have something that forces the opponent to hit ledge, what can I do with the second arm? If I have this arm out, I prefer to go for this first, just because if I do this, held ledge too long. See, that like forces you to choose an action. So then I'm like, okay, well, if that forces them to choose an action, I can, once they learn about it, good players they're gonna choose an action. They're not just gonna sit there because they don't want to get hit. They don't want to get put in this situation again. So you can actually just stand there, and then you have two chances to ledge trap someone. You would throw the first arm that catches jump. so that if they jump, then whatever, and then you just throw the second arm, you just react with the second arm. It's so stupid. Like, and I just built that from just thinking about it. I was like, okay, well, what can you do to force someone to, like, what's the best situation that you could put yourself in with your character? And what's the worst situation that you could put your opponent in? And it was that. So now I like still, dude, I get so many stocks just from doing that. Like, an obscene amount of stocks. Like, because this catches jump, I can't do it. I'm struggling. I did it too early. Like, that is so cheap. Like, if you wait too long, then you get hit by the arm. And if you do neutral get up, then you get hit. That's cheap. Like, of course you can roll. And roll gets you out of that situation. But if I start seeing you roll a lot, then I would just wait. And then once you rolled, I would hit you. Like, it's so good. Like, but I think developing stuff when you're ledge trapping is really good. Also, another thing is a lot of people, they like to jump to get out of this. I've noticed, because they know that doing neutral get up and roll is so hard. So what I'll do a lot now is I'll stand here. Please. And then when they do jump, I do that because that leads into a combo. And if they don't jump and they roll, I'm literally reacting. If they don't jump and they roll, it's hard to do, but I do that. Or I do... It's hard to do with this platform. I do that, depending on percent. Because it'll catch roll. And that's just another thing I thought about, just thinking about the game, and I go, okay, well, if they jump, then what's the most rewarding thing I get? If I know they're going to jump, it's ram nair leads to whatever. If I do ram nair and this and retreat, then I space it on their shield. If they roll, then I get the dragon nair back hit, and if they're at like 30 or something like that, then I get like another 30% from doing that. So, and if they're at like 20, then I get another 30 or 40 or whatever, depending on if I have powered up Dragonair a lot. Another thing is a lot of people, because I do this so much, I can actually get away with doing that grab, because a lot of people will shield immediately when they get up. So, it's like just seeing a lot of common situations and then just thinking about like what you can do if they do this. That's all the flowchart is. If they do this, then I do this.